Hi, I'm Rob Walsh, and welcome to another 1010 Wins Small Business Challenge presented by Dime Community Bank. The holiday season has arrived in New York City, and it's so great to see the Big Apple lit up again and people out enjoying themselves. And here at 1010 Wins, it's been an exciting year. The most listened to news station in the country has gone FM. We're now on 92.3 FM, extending our coverage reach throughout New York and New Jersey. Through our 1010 Win Small Business 10K Challenge, we've given away $170,000. We've also brought together small business owners from the metropolitan areas, putting their best foot forward, telling us about their creative ideas and their plans going forward. We've also heard about the great impact that they have in their communities. Now let's take a minute to find out more about our sponsor and partner, Dime Community Bank.
When you need to be sure your financial data is safe, we've got your bank. When you want real-time tools to manage your money on the go and real people you can go to whenever you need them, we've got your bank. When you believe there's no greater asset than trust, we've got your bank. With top-rated cybersecurity, leading-edge online and mobile banking tools, and a dedicated team to help make sure they're always working for you. Trust Dime Community Bank to be there for you and your business. Visit dime.com to learn more.
We've got your bank from Montauk to Manhattan. Dime Community Bank, thank you so much. As I already mentioned, festivities, fun, and high energy is back in full force in the Big Apple and across the Hudson in New Jersey, where our speaker today is driving economic growth. Working side by side with Governor Murphy, he is determined to put New Jersey front and center as a national model for inclusive and sustainable economic development growth. Let's welcome Tim Sullivan, the Chief Executive Officer for the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Welcome, Tim. It's so great to see you again.
Great to be with you, Rob. Thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, it's great to be with you. And let's start with some of the big ticket projects, those game changer projects that you're working on in New Jersey. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on these days?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Governor Murphy is laser focused on sustainable economic growth. He likes to call himself a progressive, pro-growth Democrat, and I certainly am one too. So we're trying to, create jobs, create good family-sustaining jobs. We're actually, New Jersey is leading the region. We're number one in the region for private sector job creation over the last 12 months among all the Northeast states. So there's good evidence of Governor Murphy's focus and strategy. We're trying to build an offshore wind industry. We're trying to build a sports betting and gaming industry. We're trying to build a film and television industry in New Jersey. We're the birthplace of film and television, but it's certainly migrated to other places. And so trying to build a robust film and television business here in our great state, and supporting our manufacturers as well. The governor, you showed a picture a moment ago of an event where the governor rolled out a big manufacturing support program. So we're trying to sort of fire on all cylinders here.
I love the work that you're doing with entrepreneurs and particularly the links with universities. Can you tell us a little bit more on that? It sort of shades of the work that you did with Mayor Bloomberg a number of years ago.
Absolutely. One of the things Governor Murphy's really committed to doing is reclaiming New Jersey's leadership position in innovation and entrepreneurship. New Jersey the governor likes to say that New Jersey was Silicon Valley before there was a Silicon Valley. But again, certainly, places like New York City and the projects we worked on together when you and I were in the Bloomberg administration, set a pretty high standard for innovative projects. We're doing a project in New Brunswick that is called the Innovation Hub, which is bringing together Rutgers, our flagship R1 public research institution, as well as the corporates, big corporate players in our state, as well as startup companies and researchers, to build the kind of innovation hub and innovation space that lots of other places have that New Jersey does not have enough of. So this is going to be right on the train line connecting Boston to Washington. It's right across the street from the headquarters of Johnson & Johnson. It's across the street from the president's office at Rutgers. Huge translational research, life sciences types opportunities. The medical school for Rutgers is going to move downtown. So we think that's a game changer, not just for Central Jersey and New Jersey, but for the region.
It sounds like jobs, jobs, jobs is your agenda.
Jobs, jobs, and more jobs. Absolutely. Good jobs. Let's make sure we say good jobs too. Make sure these jobs are family sustaining and supporting a middle class or better lifestyle whenever we can.
Now let's talk about small business for a second, because this is what this is all about, the Small Business Challenge. What's the agenda?
Certainly, small businesses had a set of gut punches over the last couple of years, certainly starting with the pandemic. But New Jersey small business owners are resilient as hell, and I think you'll have some good examples of that later in the program. And Governor Murphy's committed to having their back, not just in getting through the pandemic, but in recovering stronger than ever. Between pandemic relief and some new small business programs we're responsible for, the governor's committed more than $1 billion. That's billion with a B, of direct resources to small businesses, primarily grants and some loan programs. Again, really trying to focus on businesses that struggle most to access capital. So that's our, Black and Latino owned businesses, our immigrant owned businesses, our LGBT and veteran owned businesses, and making sure that they've got the resources they need to grow and thrive and adapt to sort of the post-pandemic economy here.
Well, it's great that we've taken a trip across it and seen the great work that you're doing with small businesses, large businesses, and those initiatives that are really game changers. I'm not surprised, given the work that you did at New York City Hall. It's so great to see you, Tim. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Same to you and yours, and thanks for having me on. And great to be with everybody.
All right, thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks.
Are we ready for the 1010 Wins Small Business 10K Challenge? Let me introduce the three judges. Our first judge is the Director of Digital and Branch Lending for Dime Community Bank. Let's welcome Leroy Quilter. Leroy, great to have you with us.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Absolutely, for sure.
Thank you very much, and thanks for all what Dime is doing for us and for the city. Our second judge is the brand new president of the Long Island City Partnership, a former colleague of mine, Laura Rothrick.
Hi, Rob. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's great. And boy, you're off and running in Queens. It's great to see all the work that you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Bronx is in the house. Joining Laura and Leroy, our third judge is the Deputy Borough President for the Bronx, Janet Peguero. Janet, great to see you again. I love it.
Hola, everyone. Good afternoon. So excited to be here. Greetings, everyone.
Judges, I have to tell you, given the talent of these five finalists, you have a very tough decision to make. So let's get started. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's
Yes,
go.
we are.
All right, first up, skating in from Suffolk County. He and his wife have built a terrific business. Amity Harbor Sports, the Rink Pro Shop, Long Island Hockey Company. Let's bring in Mike and Rachel Bennett. Mike and Rachel, you're on.
Hey, guys. All right, so we just go. All right. Okay. So
Let's go.
We're Mike and Rachel, obviously. We're from Amity Harbor Sports. It's been in my family since my dad opened its doors back in way back in 1980. So we specialize in sporting goods equipment and custom apparel. At the height of COVID, we actually bought the business from my parents so we could help them retire and just to generally evolve the business.
So as far as equipment, our sporting goods employees have extensive knowledge. They are collegiate sporting goods. There we are. They're collegiate level athletes and they're coaches for semi-pro teams. So they can add experience and value in store, unlike other big box retailers can. And really what we've evolved to right now is specializing in custom apparel. So we have in-house embroidery, as you can see right behind us right now. Mike's sister actually runs our embroidery full time right now. Right there. And we have offered these services for quite some time, but we took a really big hit on the actual sporting goods side of things during COVID. We were closed for 4 months, so we've been focusing a lot more on this custom apparel. Recently, we've integrated a lot more these online pop-up fundraiser stores. So if you think about when schools were closed, they couldn't do any fundraising. We have these online pop-up custom apparel stores where they can still meet the needs of their groups. And to date, through these services, we've generated over $82,000 donated back to our local community online. The last few years have been pretty challenging with COVID. We were shut down, I think I said, for 4 months. After the first rent payment and the first business payment we made, we had a stolen car speeding down 110, crash into our business. So that was kind of aggressive. And then we had a big box retailer called Hockey Monkey move in right down the road in Farmingdale. So we continue to evolve. We've redefined, we've repositioned our business, and a lot of emphasis now is on custom apparel.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Great job, and we'll talk more about the business in the questions. Leroy, why don't you kick us off?
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, very nice business. So you mentioned that family business. Most of your employees are athletes. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess what's your target customer? You know, who are you? Who would you like to walk in your store?
So as far as target demographic, if we're talking about most of the time it's a group. So it'll be a school, it'll be a sports team, because we specialize in group apparel and group sales. So if you have Massapequa Ice Hockey walk in the door, we're able to sell them at a discounted rate. We can sell them a whole group of helmets. We can sell them a whole group of ice skates. So they're going to get a top of the line product at a more affordable price from people who really have played the sport, know the sport, love the sport. And then if we're talking about the custom apparel, it's about 75% of our business right now. So those schools, those organizations, restaurants, we can come. My sister's running the embroidery machine all day, and we want those groups to be able to come to us, have a really affordable product, but get their custom apparel where we're still making 30%, but they're still saving a lot more money than if they went online.
Thank you. Thanks for the answer. Laura?
My question is, you mentioned some of the challenges that you've had since COVID, and what are the challenges that you see that moving forward that aren't necessarily COVID related, but as we're getting back into the swing of normalcy?
So just in general, retail, obviously in store, I'm sure you guys everyone shops online. Retail stores are struggling everywhere. So we're no different. So that's kind of why we've started transitioning in this direction, where we're more focused than ever on what we can
on the services we can provide, especially custom apparel. And one of those tricky situations is the embroidery machine that we have we have our props here, runs on floppy disks. So we can't even buy this technology in stores anymore either. So we have to go to places like eBay. So this technology, that's a component that we're trying to overcome too, that we need some money to reinvest in this technology to enable us to go a little bit faster and continue to evolve.
Okay, we have one time for one quick question. Janet?
Listen, I just, first and foremost, congratulations. I went to school in a hefty college town, so I know the importance of having such a brick and mortar like yourselves in this area. Really quickly, what's the current square footage of your brick and mortar? And and I'm sorry, I'm gonna squeeze in this final question. Sure. Do you have a city or state contract currently?
We don't have a city or state contract.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of contracts. We'll do things for Suffolk Community College, but they do kind of the bids, they get their 3 quotes, and then they end up coming to us because we do quality work at a very affordable price. So we don't have contracts like that. We would love them, so I might call you later. But a lot of what we've done has been building from foundation ground up, and there's still so much untapped potential. And we have
square footage. We're about 5,000 here.
5,000 here.
Yeah, and then we have a pro shop in Hauppauge inside of an ice rink at the rinks in Hauppauge, which that one's much smaller store. That's where most of our retail still is. That one's, about 1,500 square feet?
Yeah. And that's where we're doing most of the hard goods, sporting goods retail out of now. And what we're doing out of the 5,000 square feet is apparel all day, every day.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you very much for the terrific presentation, and we're off to a great start. And thank you very much for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Our next finalist is Drew Kraft. He's the proud owner of Baby Size Me. Let's welcome Drew and find out a lot more about this small business.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Drew, and I'm the founder of Baby Size Me. Now, before we get started, I wanted to first ask a question to all the fellow parents here with us today. How many times have you been asked by a relative or a friend, even your mother-in-law, what size is baby nowadays? Or what are they into? What do they like? What should I get them? Now, I'm excited to share that those days are officially over with the Baby Size Me app. Baby Size Me is a mobile app that allows parents to create a profile for their child and list their likes, their wants, their needs, latest must-haves. This makes it super easy and convenient for anyone shopping for the little one, especially during holidays, especially during birthdays, or any other gifting opportunity. It's a continuous one-stop shop for all of your gifting needs throughout the year. It's a win for the parent, it's a win for the relative, and it's a win for the child since they're actually getting something that they want or need. I provided some screenshots on the app so you can see in real time what some of these profiles actually look like. 2 years ago, I had this idea out of frustration while shopping for my goddaughter in Target. A few weeks later, I had a bunch of sketches and a complete wireframe mapped out. Fast forward to today, we're 3 months post-launch and have over 1,600 downloads, and we're just getting started. And with your small business grant, you would be supporting my dream to build something that will forever change the way we shop for children.
Perfect. What terrific. Laura, let's kick it off with Baby Size Me.
Sure. So I am a parent, and funny enough, right before recording this segment, my sister texted me, "What size are the kids now?" Because we're in that holiday shopping time.
Yes.
So I think it's a great idea. Can you explain the integration between the QR code and the app and how exactly that works?
Oh, yes. So can you guys see this? This is the QR code I made. This is the one that you're referring to. Is it, or is it the one?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So basically, each child profile has a unique QR code that makes it really easy. When trying to locate a child. And my initial thought process behind this was, if you're at a family gathering and somebody just downloaded the app, you can make it very easily shareable to family and friends when you're with them. The other thought process was you can make a profile for your future baby when you're pregnant, and hopefully distribute the QR code at your baby shower, and then family and friends can follow along after the child is born.
So it would link to not just the app, but to your actual profile within the
Yes.
app. Is that right? Okay.
That's correct. Yep.
Got it.
Janet, do you want to follow up?
Listen, this is transformative. I don't have any kids, but all of my friends have children. And I'm constantly copying and pasting that questions to my entire group chats. So this simplifies it. I want to know, how many users do you currently have? And is the app currently, is there an integration between major retail stores? And if so, which ones?
Yeah. So there's we have like 1,659 downloads. I just checked this morning. So that's how many downloads we have, and we don't have a partnership with retailers just yet. That's definitely the main goal. But for the holiday season, I've been partnering with some local baby stores, baby boutiques, toy stores that have an e-commerce site, and I've sent out thousands of these QR code cards that they can use as a device to drive traffic to their website. And hopefully lead to more sales. So as a toy store owner, they can suggest downloading the app to their loyal customers, have them create a profile for their child, and they can directly list the shop's products so they can continue to support their business. So it's basically a mutual partnership that hopefully, the both of us can benefit from. I get some more local exposure, and, they would get their online products literally in the hands of more potential customers.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Leroy, we have time for a quick question.
Oh, okay. So I guess the more interesting one would be, have you thought about implementing, I guess, geo-tracking technology? Meaning, let's say, because because I love the concept of your app. So let's say I have that app on, I have my GPS antenna going on my phone, right? I drive past a particular store, the app says, hey, by the way, did you know little Jaden wants such and such from this store?
That's actually a very good feature. I haven't thought of it, but that's something that I can add to phase 2. That's what I've been calling, my next, my next phase that I want to implement, with the funds. Hopefully, that I would get here today.
Well, there you go. You got a tip from one of the judges already. This is what it's all about at 1010 Wins, Not just listening, we also give tips. This is wonderful. Drew, thank you very much. It's great. I enjoyed the presentation.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
As the owner of a young English bulldog, I am looking forward to hearing from our next finalist about the importance of pampering your pet. Let's bring on Kimberly Leica, owner of Primp My Paws, based in Dobbs Ferry. Kimberly.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's absolutely amazing. My name is Kim, and I am the owner and groomer at Primp My Paws Dog Grooming Salon located in Dobbs Ferry. I call the salon Primpy for short. In the early 2000s, I was working at a major New York City law firm with the intent on becoming an attorney, and I soon realized the corporate world was not for me. At the time, I had 2 Shih Tzus, Lola and Rocco, and they became my inspiration. I always had an interest in doing hair, and I love dogs, so I found a course in dog grooming, and it came naturally to me. I started grooming neighbors' dogs and friends' dogs, and in 2010, I opened a small salon in Middle Village, Queens. I was working at the firm still full-time and doing the salon at night and on the weekends, and after about 10 months, I was able to leave the firm and fully commit to the salon. I moved the salon to Westchester in 2015 after meeting the love of my life. I always knew that I wanted my salon to be different. Whenever I would take my dogs to the grooming salon, they would be stressed out and they would be there for hours. So I decided to have a salon that was structured more like a human hair salon, where we work by appointment only. That limits the dog's time in the salon and reduces their stress. Sorry, Mona decided to make her debut.
That's great.
We also offer grooming memberships where the pups come in on a bi-weekly or a monthly basis. Our goal has always been to provide a more personalized service that's stress-free for our fluffy clients. Word of mouth and referrals are our only source of income at this, advertisement. And I still have pups that come in and visit me from Queens. And Paws aren't easy, but I love what I do.
And thank you very much. And it's great to see the cameo appearance.
Yes, you did.
Janet, do you want to kick us off on this? And do any of our judges have pets?
I have 2 French bulldogs, and listen, all my coins go directly to them, from spas to day outings to food and everything in between. So I hear you, and looking forward to testing out the product. I have a quick question. What is your current number of membership and your staff size, if any?
So right now the memberships are about like 40 to 50 dogs per month. I would like to increase that. The problem is staffing. After COVID and even till now, it's hard to find staff that either want to do grooming or just in general work. I mean, I know it's terrible to say, but especially in this field, it's also consuming on the body as well. So I would like to increase the memberships. We just started taking on new clients because I had to stop taking new clients for the majority of this year because I just didn't have the help to do it.
Great, thank you.
Leroy, do you have a dog, a cat?
I've had, currently no, not at the moment, but yes, I've definitely had dogs and cats. Love them both.
You have a question?
Absolutely. So hi, nice to meet you, Kim. So my question is, do you work with currently or plan to work with any community groups? So for example, folks with disabilities or anxiety, depression, things like that. Because I feel like the two worlds can really, merge together. And it might even help you you mentioned some trouble with staffing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have a problem with working with anybody. I usually just go the route of Indeed or grooming Facebook pages where people are looking for work, because I also need somebody who knows how to physically handle dogs, because it can be a major liability insurance wise if there's, not a proper handling technique in place, which I can teach them, but I can't teach somebody how to not be afraid of something. So everybody likes dogs, but when you are grooming a dog and working on a dog, it's very different than when you're throwing a ball and playing with a dog. So I just have to be careful with anybody that I hire in that sense.
Laura.
So I do not have a dog or a cat, but I do live in Dobbs Ferry. So I am familiar with I have not been to your business, but I have walked by it before. I'm just wondering if you can talk a little bit about the physical space where it is, because I'm familiar with Cedar Street and Dobbs Ferry, but our other judges might not be.
Sure. So Dobbs Ferry is part of the River Towns. I'm actually located on Cedar Street, so that would be between Broadway and Main Street. It's right in the heart of the village. We were originally located at 7 Cedar Street, and we recently moved in September to 32 Cedar Street. So, Laura, I don't know if you know where Cafe Latte is, but I'm 2 doors away from them.
And how many square feet do you have?
This space is about 650 square feet. So it's kind of like sectioned off. So there's obviously a restroom and an office space in the back, and then I would say about 400 square feet takes up the entryway and the actual grooming space.
Great.
Wonderful. Print My Paws in Dobbs Ferry. Thank you, Kimberly. Really appreciate it. Happy holidays to you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you. So, what are the secrets in cooking a delicious rack of smoked ribs, brisket, and pulled pork? Anyone getting hungry out there? I am. Our next contestant can tell you. Let's welcome Andrew Bueller of the Urban Smokehouse from New York City. Andrew, I'm hungry.
Oh yeah, Rob, how you doing? It's Andrew Bueller. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Smokehouse. We're a pre-cooked barbecue foods brand. Great tasting barbecue is often described as being prepared low and slow, which means at a low temperature for a very long time. If you ask me, that's kind of the definition of inconvenient. When I get home from work, I likely want to make dinner in 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes. I'm not going to smoke a brisket for 8 hours or a rack of ribs for 3 to 5. And so what we do is we cook barbecue the right way, low and slow, immediately vacuum seal it, and then ship it nationwide. And the result is a product that you can put in your oven, on your grill, or in your air fryer and enjoy in 15 to 20 minutes. So really, we're making barbecue convenient. And if you live in New York City, you probably don't have a backyard. You probably don't have a smoker. There's a slew of other additional barriers that exist in urban living. And so being able to make great tasting barbecue in the comfort of your kitchen, I think is important. And the way we do it preserves kind of that fall off the bone, super tender, iconic texture in traditional barbecued meats. We've been in business since this past summer. I did a Kickstarter campaign in July. We set a 30-day goal of raising $25,000. I did it in 1 day. In September, we launched our website. We've been selling pork baby back ribs nationwide since September via online. And we've also been doing online pop-ups and events throughout New York City to raise awareness, get people to eat the product. Food, you got to try it. We did an event at the Marine base in Brooklyn for their family day. We've been going to bars and restaurants on NFL Sundays to do pop-ups and sell ribs. Super excited to be in front of you guys. We could really use, a juice in funding or a little bit of a kick up in money to help us with two things. One, product expansion. Right now, we're just selling ribs. We've kind of hit critical mass with that product, and we're really excited to launch brisket, pulled pork, pulled chicken, iconic sides, get to a full meal and really make the product accessible for anyone that has dietary restrictions. We need to hit every protein vertical, and we need to hit vegetable sides.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. We'll get more to it in the questions. I'm going to switch up the order a little bit and go to someone that knows this business just a little bit, and that's our deputy borough president from the Bronx. It's a family love for you, is it not?
It is. Fun fact: my husband owns a butcher shop, so
Cool.
I get the VIP treatment.
I need to talk to him about getting some slack.
and that brings me to my question: what does shipping look like? If I want your brisket in the Bronx, how long would it take to reach me?
Yeah, so shipping is definitely the biggest cost of this business and like the biggest challenge. So right now I'm using a fulfillment center that works with a lot of other kind of like meal kit mail programs or Goldbelly, brands like that. And so I essentially make a ton of food, give it to them, and then they parse it out for the individual orders. So send Janet 4 racks, send John 10, XYZ. They have climate control storage and pick and pack. And so my job is to make a ton of really good barbecue at scale and then effectively do sales and marketing online. We outsource kind of the fulfillment. Right now, our cost is you have to buy a minimum of 4 racks of ribs, and it's going to be a little over $20 a rack. And then there's immediately price breaks for purchasing more. And all of our orders have free shipping. I think free shipping standard in e-commerce. So we've priced in to kind of be profitable on those smaller orders, but we provide significant price discounts to encourage you to order more at a time, because shipping is really the cost we have to cover, not food.
How long would it take me?
2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days.
2 to 3 days. Okay.
Process it at 4 a.m. So if you order today, tomorrow will be processed at 4 a.m. Go out. It'll get there in 2 days. If you're up at 2 in the morning and order, you'll get it in 2 days.
Wonderful. Great. Thank you.
Laura, what do you think?
This sounds really interesting. So do you have a physical location? Where are you located? Like, can you talk a little bit about your operations and where you are and how many people you have?
Sure. One-man band. Where I'm living in my New York City apartment. My dad helps on the production side. So he has worked in grocery stores. He's made food at scale for kind of, other outlets. And so he makes it. And I'm very much so the digital marketing, online sales, and events guy. So he makes it in Chicago. I send it to them, the fulfillment center that I described. And then my goal is, digital marketing, online sales, product roadmap, things like that.
Leroy, you have time for a quick question?
Yeah, just a quick one. So if I'm understanding, by the way, hi, nice to meet you. Sorry.
Nice to meet you.
Love barbecue, love it. So you make me hungry as well.
Yeah.
If I'm understanding you correctly, you have no brick and mortar presence?
Correct. 0 brick and mortar presence. When you're starting a business, you want to do it in an asset light manner. You don't want to put a ton of capital to work. So, I started the business by collecting pre-orders online. Once we had enough pre-orders at critical mass, then we actually made the product and started shipping it online. We're bootstrapped. We have no extra help. So we've outsourced as much as we can. And as we gain scale and sales, we'll likely bring first distribution and fulfillment in-house. And we'll have the pick and pack facility and the cold storage. And then ultimately bringing that production piece in-house. Right now it's outsourced to a family member who's helping. But again, these will be roles that will be filled and ultimately hired for as we expand. But right now the goal is gain volume so that we can have a name and afford to hire people. And if anyone wants to know kind of the numbers, we've done about $50,000 in sales in the past 4 months. We just turned digital marketing on the week before Thanksgiving. Before that, the super majority of the sales came from in-person events. So when I was doing the pop-ups at the bars or the military bases, but now we're starting to get significant traction from people just purchasing on the website every day from, states as far away as California, New Mexico, Arizona. So I need more money to spend on digital marketing to help grow kind of beyond our backyard.
I got you. Well, thank you very much. Boy, this is where I miss the studio, where
I need
folks
to be serving
come
you.
in. We got to get back to the studio on this. Thank you very much. Great presentation.
Thanks. Really appreciate the time, guys, and appreciate your consideration.
Yeah, that's great. Are we ready for our 5th and final finalist? Well, he's ready for us. His small business focuses on helping other small businesses compete with the larger chains. Let's welcome J.R. Jensen of Trellis Same Day Local Delivery. J.R., welcome.
Pleasure Pleasure to be here. So I guess I'll just dive right in. And first, I'd like to thank you all on behalf of my partners, Brian Berkery and Adam Haber, and the entire Trellis team for this opportunity. We're honored to be one of the finalists. And if Trellis is to be awarded the $10,000 prize, it is going to go directly to offering subsidized deliveries for local businesses. Trellis is an on-demand same-day delivery platform that makes it possible to provide fast, reliable same-day delivery for only small businesses. Trellis is here to empower small businesses with the technology and services to compete against Amazon and big box retail giants. We offer faster delivery than UPS and FedEx and at a lower cost than Uber and DoorDash. Our platform is super easy to use and you can get started delivering in just minutes. I swear my mom can do it, and that's not a slight. We tested it on her. We currently service Nassau and Suffolk County on Long Island, and we're expanding into Queens, Brooklyn, and Westchester. I'm super excited to say that we service over 300 local businesses here in our community and have completed over 35,000 successful deliveries since our launch in 2021. Our driver network, the backbone of our business, is first in class with over 70 vetted drivers who prefer to drive for the Trellis model instead of doing the fast rush hot food and also picking up strangers in their back seat. Business owners love using our proprietary batching system, which routes deliveries, so it's reducing time and cost for the business owner. My favorite quote from a valued merchant partner of ours is, "Trellis has helped save my business by allowing us to accept more deliveries, knowing we do not need to worry about delivery." It's businesses like this that further motivate Trellis to wake up every day and help small businesses win.
Thank you. Perfect. That's great. Leroy, why don't you kick us off?
Absolutely. Hi, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
I like the fact that you focus on small businesses. I work in small business for a long time, so I think that's amazing and awesome. I guess my question would be, I'm not sure, did you go into your revenue so far? If not, what are your revenues so far and projected revenues for 23? And do you have any specific interesting, contracts on the horizon?
Sure. So in 2021, we were at $100,000 in revenue. This year, we're slated for $375,000 in revenue. And hopefully by next year, we'll be doubling our $375,000. It was a big jump. So I would be optimistic if we can do that ratio again going forward for 2023.
Laura?
What are some of the this seems like such a great platform and that businesses would want to use, but do you ever hear from potential partners of like what are some of the barriers on why they aren't able to provide this kind of service? And can you talk a little bit about more how you help them, how you might be able to help someone that doesn't think they could use a service like yours?
No, I think that's part of our secret sauce. I mean, I mentioned that the drivers are the backbone, but we have a live team. We have clients that you're calling, you're getting a human, you're getting someone that lives on Long Island, who's on Long Island right now, who will show up to your store. We'll help you get acclimated with offering same day delivery. If you don't have a website, maybe we can help you set up a Shopify, a Big Cartel, anything like that. We're here to help. You don't need to have people place deliveries on their phone. You don't even need to have a website yet. We'll help you get started. And one thing that we're super proud of and see is that once a business starts offering delivery and gets going, they start doing more and more because they're teaching their team, they're teaching their staff. So we're here to help businesses compete, like get in the game. Like don't let there be any barriers because we're here to help.
Janet, bring it aside.
Rob, you know what my question is going to be. JR, why are you not expanding to the Bronx?
I knew that was coming. I felt it.
Fair enough. Logistically speaking, we would love to be able to solve deeper into the metropolitan areas, but right now our sweet spot has been working with drivers who are using their own vehicles. So we would love to be in there. We'd love to start solving for higher logistical problems in that sense. But I don't want to bite off something too big just yet. But we would love to be helping every small business everywhere compete and also integrate and start, we have businesses who are purchasing from each other right now. So we would love that a vendor in Long Island is selling to a small business in Brooklyn or the Bronx or something like that. And that's a huge part of our platform and part of our name, Trellis, is to help build and connect people. And we want to be a pillar here in our community.
You're forgiven, but I will hold you to that.
One day.
The only borough connected to the mainland United States of America, the Bronx.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, thank you very much for your presentation and the work that you're doing for small businesses so they can better compete with the bigger guys.
No, thank you very much. And like I said, we're really here. We want to help and we want to pass this money directly to them. We don't want them to incur costs right away. So, we can pick businesses, offer this as a grant to small businesses to start delivering for free just to get going. So there's not an upfront cost. So that's really directly where the money will be flowing to.
Thank you, JR.
Take care now.
Thank you, JR, and all our finalists. Now I need to bring the three judges backstage for a moment so we can make a very tough choice here. We had 5 fantastic finalists, creativity, innovation, helping the small businesses. It's wonderful. So just give us a minute and we'll be right back.
When you need to be sure your financial data is safe, we've got your bank. When you want real-time tools to manage your money on the go and real people you can go to whenever you need them, we've got your bank. When you believe there's no greater asset than trust, we've got your bank. With top-rated cybersecurity, leading-edge online and mobile banking tools, and a dedicated team to help make sure they're always working for you. Trust Dime Community Bank to be there for you and your business. Visit dime.com to learn more.
We are back, and I want to let everyone know that you'll be receiving a $200 gift card, compliments of our sponsor, Dime Community Bank, a bank that caters to small businesses. So, can we have a drum roll to announce our winner? I knew it was going to happen. I love it. Ingenuity at its best. The winner of the 1010 Wins Small Business Challenge, Laura Rolfick, announced the winner for us.
The winner is J.R. Jensen from Trellis Same Day Local Delivery. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great
I
job.
assure you, we're all very excited. I can tell you everyone will be very excited about this.
And thank you to all of the finalists. I mean, just amazing presentations and best wishes. And I want you to do us a favor and stay in touch with 1010 Wins. Keep listening, stay in touch. And I want to thank the folks here at 1010 Wins, particularly Ben Maverak, who leads us at 1010 Wins. A special thanks to my colleague, a guy who I've been working with for years, Mark Brzezinski. He has a knack of pulling us all together. The creativity of Neil A. Caruso. We couldn't do it without his hard work as the producer. Thanks to Tim Sullivan, who came on. He is the czar of economic development for New Jersey. Our judges, Laura and Janet and Leroy, we appreciate your time and your involvement. We couldn't do it without our friends at Dime Community Bank. We've been doing it now for 7 years, and the good news is we're going to continue into the 8th year because they have upped it again into the new year. We're looking out forward to the new year. Nominations will be accepted again in March. More details will be available at 1010wins.com/challenge. And remember, here at 1010 Wins, you give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world. Happy holidays, everyone.